Hey everyone, welcome back to Snap Bolt. We got another Pauper League for you, and we're going to run back Blue-Black Reanimator. This is one of my favorite decks to play. I always have a blast playing it, and if you haven't seen any of my other videos, check them out. But for those of you who don't know, basically what we're trying to do is we're trying to put Ulamog's Crusher into play, hopefully as early as turn 2, and give it haste with Dragon Breath. When a creature with converted mana cost 6 or greater enters the battlefield, you can return this from the graveyard, enchanting that creature. So if you just go turn 1 Careful Study, draw 2, discard Crusher, discard Dragon Breath, T2, Exhume, then you put Crusher into play, and then Dragon Breath comes back, enchanting Crusher, giving it haste. And then you attack Annihilate for 2. That doesn't really happen that often, but you do have a lot of turn 3 Reanimates, you have a lot of turn 4 Reanimates with Counterspell backup. You have Muddle to search for Exhume because you can transmute for it. In the last video I had like a little bit of a Muddle package with Snap and another card, but I wasn't really liking it that much. I was never really transmuting for those. I only really transmute for Exhume and then sometimes Tolarian Winds when you need the discard outlet. This card's been pretty sweet. I like the one of. But other than that, just some Hapless Researchers, Ponders, Preordains, Astrolabes for fixing, Spellbombs, because sometimes you need to exile their graveyard, and the sideboard's pretty much the same. Just a couple cards that cost 2 that you can tutor for with Muddle, and then a bunch of Hydroblast because that card's insane. But that's basically the deck, and see you in round 1. Hey everyone, welcome to round 1. We're against Spokes with this sweet blue-black Reanimator deck. We're going to keep this hand. We don't have Crusher. That's the last piece we're looking for, but we have everything else. We have a mana source, we have mana fixing, we have discard outlets, we can draw cards, and we have Exhume and Dragon Breath. And we're up against Darksteel Navigator's Compass, so it looks like we're against Affinity. It can be kind of a rough matchup because sometimes the Annihilator isn't that great against them if they put a bunch of permanents into play, like random stuff like this. But we can definitely win this matchup, that being said. Now what am I doing here? Could lead on Astrolabe to draw a card. Could lead on Hapless just to get a body down. We have something to discard. I'm just going to lead on Astrolabe. Just make sure to get that into play, get our mana fixed, and there's Crusher. Okay. So now next turn we can go Careful Study, find another land, discard these 2. We'll see what we draw, but we're looking to be in really, really good shape here. Island, okay. Witching Well. Okay, we might be up against some type of combo here. Navigator's Compass is interesting to fix mana. Is he going to go Astrolabe as well? Preordain. Okay, he might just be like a Tog, blue-red, like a Tog, basically. A Tog combo. And he went top. So he might be able to combo us pretty quick, too. Alright, now I'm going to go Careful Study because that sees the most cards to try to hit another land. We missed. Wow, this is pretty bad now. We just had to hit land. But even if we hit any land on our next turn, then we still get to put a Crusher into play with haste. And he's just drawing a bunch of cards. Okay, no land. Damn. It's pretty rough. He drew a bunch of cards. I'm going to go Hapless, sack it right now. Try to hit land. Ah, man, brutal. I mean, this deck doesn't play that many mana sources, but we drew a card with Astrolabe. We drew 2 cards with Careful Study and another one with Hapless. So we filtered through a bunch of our deck. Okay, let's Careful Study here. Okay, we drew Bog, which, I mean, it's a tap land. We'll discard Dragon Breath. And, I guess Spellbomb we don't need. This draws a card, but I think we'd rather have the other cards. And then Bog him. Not sure if that's going to matter. We really wanted to draw just like untapped land for turn. Yeah, we could have had the T3 Crusher with haste, but we just missed on lands for so long. It's been pretty rough here. Still think we can win, though. Galvanic Blast our face past. I mean, our opponent very well might have Counterspell, but since we have triple Exhume, I don't really see a reason not to just go for this. Muddle, sure. I'm just going to keep jamming Exhumes over and over, I think. He's definitely the quad Muddle the Mixture, a Tog deck. He doesn't want to just also like transmute for a Tog, probably. He's just blasting our face, leaving up Muddle. Now, I could just pass. Leave up Counterspell. I don't hate that. He has 6 cards in hand. I mean, he's not really doing that much yet. We're at 12, so he has 1, 2, 3, 4 artifacts. So he can't just play a Tog and fling us yet. If he plays another one, then he could fling us for 11. But then he'd have to go have Muddle. I mean, he drew a lot of cards. He might have all that. Alright, let's just try to jam. If we draw another land next turn, we can jam with Counterspell back up. Okay, he does have another Muddle. We'll just put another land into play and pass. Hope we don't die. And now with the last one, we're not going to just jam it into 2 open mana. Scry 2. Yeah, he's definitely just a version of the Atog Fling deck, which is a good deck. 1 bottom, 1 top, and Prism. Okay, now he's going to play another land, but now land. Okay, perfect. Okay, so now we just go 3rd Exhume, Crusher with haste, and I'm assuming that this will be enough. Yes. I'm just going to bring back 2 of these, yes. And no. Usually you only want to bring back 1, but if he has some way to make us sack permanents or something, or bounce 1 of the Dragon Breath, I'd rather have the other one, I guess. Especially with a 3rd in the grave, I think it's better just to get 2 now, and then we still have 1 back. Probably sack like Compass, either Snow-Covered Island or Witching Well here. Maybe even Prism, but he has 4 cards in hand. We have Counterspell and Muddle up. So he's going to have to do something pretty good. I don't really like his play of just blasting face. I guess he's trying to get us low so he can just go for the win, but... If this is a Tog, I'm wondering if I counter it. He played a land already. So unless he has like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think I'm fine just to let it resolve. Yeah, he doesn't even have a red source other than that. And now he's going to have to sack 2 more permanents. Oh, but maybe I should just counter that because now he can attack also. I mean, we can play a Hapless to block. Alright, let's attack and see what he does. He has to sack 2 more permanents. Yeah, he sacks his non-artifacts. He's going for it. Alright, we have to play Hapless now. I probably should have just tried to counter the Atog, but I don't think it really matters if we try to counter this or like the next thing he does. Navigator's Compass, of course that's fine. I mean, I guess that allows him to survive 1 more Crusher hit, potentially. I guess I just block here. Block sack. Draw, discard, discard Crusher. If we draw Astrolabe, we have lethal. What? I have no idea what he's doing here. Oh, he's going to try to fling and kill our Crusher? Well, I'm just going to counter that. He has the... Yeah, this is also... Oh, I didn't realize he had 13. I thought he had 12. But yeah, we can just counter this. Which is one of the reasons why I didn't counter the Atog. Nice. So even though we missed the land for a long time there, we were still able to get there. Our opponent really didn't do that much. You know what? I think I like all this because Dispel counters the combo too. And I feel like he's going to mostly go for the combo. Sometimes the deck only plays a Tog also. I wonder if Diabolic Edict and or Doomblade is good. It might just be good enough. Just like kill your one creature. I don't think he has Frogmite or Mirror Enforcer. I think he's all in on the combo. But the problem with these is if he just waits until he amasses enough artifacts and then plays a Tog, if we go like Doomblade it, he'll just go, okay, sack everything, fling you in response, and then we still lose that. So I think these are a better way to fight it, and maybe even Duress as well, because that helps protect our combo. That's 8 cards. That's a lot. I like to side out some Haplesses when I don't need to play around Edicts. This card's just a little weak overall. I don't think I need Spellbombs in this matchup either, actually. Could side out 1 Dragon Breath. We just have a lot more interaction now. We don't need as many of this effect. And I like to cut some Ponders too. I don't really want to cut Muddle. Don't really want to cut another Ponder. Could cut 1 Astrolabe. We're only bringing 2 Duress. Not bringing like a ton of black cards. I guess I'll bring... I'm going to cut Tolarian Winds. Alright, let's try it like this. I think this is a keep. We have a blue source, we have a black source, we have Exhume, we have card filtering, and we have a discard outlet. So we have a lot here. We don't really have a lot of our sideboard hate, but we have a functional draw, hopefully. Just going to lead on Preordain. Ponder and Hydroblast both are not bad. Our opponent mulled to 6 and Witching Weld and went 1 top, 1 bottom. Next turn we're pondering, probably playing Bog. Can we draw Hydroblast? I mean, I think it just stops his combo so well that I'm going to top it. I think I'm just going to top. Just play the longer game with Hydroblast. If we just build up enough like Hydroblast and Dispels and stuff, I think that'll be good enough. I think we keep all these as well. I guess I just draw Island here. Do I want to leave up Hydroblast to like counter a Tog? He can't even play it yet. And I guess we can just kill it later or counter the Fling. So I don't really want to careful study that. I'm just going to get Hapless down. Next turn we're drawing Astrolabe. Yeah, this looks good. Another Witching Well. Card's sweet. I've wanted to brew with this card as well. Maybe I'll try out this deck. And he goes Preordain top. Okay, interesting. Witching Well 1 top, 1 bottom, and then Preordain top. Okay, sure. Astrolabe. Draw Dragon Breath. Don't even really want a careful study yet. So I'm not going to. Just going to get my land into play and attack for 1. Leave up Hydroblast. If he Atogs, I think I just counter it. Maybe not. Because then it'll be in the graveyard. And I only have 1 other Bog in the deck to exile it, so then if I Exhume, the Atog's just going to come back anyway. So maybe I don't Hydroblast the Atog yet. I guess I should have probably just ran out this Careful Study. Because I should have ran out the Careful Study because I have this Dragon Breath to discard, so that's one good discard. And then if I draw Crusher later, I have this Hapless as a discard outlet. I'm going to do it now. Careful Study. Discard Dragon Breath. What's the second discard? I guess it's between Muddle, Island, Careful Study. You know, I think it's Careful Study. I'm not that worried about this Hapless dying. And then I'm going to go land, Preordain. There's Crusher. Okay. I'm not going to... I was going to say I'm not going to Exhume this turn, but I think I am. Let's put this on bottom and this on top. Draw it. Okay, now I can sack Hapless, draw, discard, and play Exhume. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 artifacts. He doesn't have a red source yet. This is close. I feel like the first Exhume is going to get countered, but I think that's fine because then on the second one we still have Muddle or Exhume with Muddle up. So I'm going to jam here. Yeah, that's fine. And this might entice him to go for it just like last game. Prism, and then does he have the Atog? Plays Darksteel, plays Atog. But that's fine because now we can just Hydroblast it. We can just Exhume. Wow, double Hydroblast. Yeah, so now we're looking really, really good. We just go Exhume and then we kill Atog. Yes. And I just Hydroblast this and then leave up another Hydroblast. Quad Hydroblast is just insane against this deck. They have to like kill you with red cards. Sack as Wellspring and a Snow-Covered Island. It's pretty good. But we also hit for 8, leave up Hydroblast. Thoughtcast is fine. And then next turn just getting to leave up Muddles is so good. That's one reason why I really like this deck compared to Black-Red Reanimator, because you get to reanimate with this deck, and then you're a little vulnerable. But once you untap, you're often like have one or more counterspells up. Where when Black-Red, you're kind of all in. But that makes a huge difference. Having these counterspells up helps you protect the Crusher, and I think it just makes the deck a lot better. But anyway, we got there against this sweet Atog combo deck. So I'll see you in round 2. Hey everyone, welcome back to round 2. Snapbolt here. Adello Renzi. We're on the play. Let's see what we open. This hand looks fine. Just usual, gotta find Crusher. Not sure if I said in the last round. That's the one thing this deck I think still really struggles with, is there's no real way to find Crusher except to just have it on top of your deck. But no, when I'm being serious, the only way to find Crusher is just with like Ponders and Preordains and stuff like that. There's no way to tutor for Crusher. So that can be a struggle. Sometimes you literally draw half your deck and you just don't see Crusher, and that makes it kind of rough. But here our decision is, do we want to put this Exhume on the top as well to play around like a counterspell for our opponent? And I think the answer is no, because next turn we want to Ponder to try to find a discard outlet for this Crusher. And if we put this Exhume on top, we're farther away from doing that. So I'm going to bottom the Exhume and top the Crusher, pass the turn. Snow-Covered Mountain, Astrolabe. Okay, looks like we're probably up against Jeskai. Let's see. Gonna lead on Ponder. There's Dragon Breath and land. I think I have to just shuffle these. one option is to not shuffle. No, I just have to shuffle. Shuffle your library, yes. Oh, there's Hapless. Awesome. So now I just go play Bog, target him, get our black source into play. Next turn, play Hapless, sack it, loot, discard Crusher, cast Exhume. So we got the T3 Crusher here, and then assuming he doesn't counter that or deal with it, oh man, if he's just passing, I think now what we do is we wait one more turn. We just pass with Muddle up, or we just Muddle for Counterspell here. I think I like Muddle for Counterspell actually. And then next turn oh no, oh no. That's interesting. So basically what I'm thinking is Muddle for Counterspell. I don't know if we need to do that. I don't know if we need to play Hapless right now either. We could just leave up Muddle. No, okay. This is the line. We definitely just play Hapless right now. Oh, then that might even get countered. I still think it's the line. I don't think it will. Just gonna play Hapless. Should have thought about Spell Stutter a little bit more. Should have just muddled for Counterspell. That's kind of what I was thinking for next turn, to have one Counterspell and one Muddle in case he has, like, plays us. Probably shouldn't have played that Hapless. That was probably a misplay. Not that we're out of this game, but that felt pretty bad. Should have probably played around that, the way he just passed so quickly. Yep. Snow-covered island. Definitely just up against Jeskai here. Deck is good. Discard outlet. Land. Alright, I'm gonna just muddle here. I'm gonna get Tolarian Winds. Kind of shows him what we're up to, but that puts the pressure on him. If he ever does tap out, then we'll just have a discard outlet that we can use. So we have some interesting lines coming up here. If he has another Spell Stutter, it's pretty brutal for us. Okay, there's Careful Study. Might as well just go for that, right? Ephemerate. I guess I just muddle this. And then Dragon Breath? No. Okay, now we just discard land, Crusher, go for Exhume. Put a Crusher into play and see if you can deal with that. This deck often plays like 1 or 0 Journey to Nowhere, which is really the only answer to Crusher when it gets into play. So, feeling decent about my chances here. The Muddle for Tolarian Winds is looking awful. Does he have double Scred though? That's an answer with 5 snow permanents. Lightning Bolt plus Scred, damn. Okay, but I mean that's beatable. Core Skyfisher. Sure. Now we just need to find another Exhume. Guess I just play Astrolabe to start. Draw. Preordain. Bottom. Bottom. There's Dragon Breath. It's just Tolarian Winds now. Loot. Man, I think I just have to careful study here, as bad as that is. Alright, well there's Muddle for Exhume. So unless he has another counterspell, we might be able to get a Crusher with haste into play. I think I just misplayed when I jammed that Hapless. I should have just passed the turn there. That might have cost me the game. Let me know what you guys think. That was an interesting spot, because if I play that Hapless early, then next turn I can have Exhume with Counterspell up, but if I wait till T4 to play Hapless, then I can't have Counterspell up as well. I think I'm just not going to play around to Counterspell. Just transmute, get Exhume, cast it. He has Counterspell. Okay. Well, we still have, what? One copy of Muddle and 2 copies of Exhume left in our deck. But he has a lot of ways to answer it now. We just stumbled a little bit too much. That spell stutter just really held us down. Just lead on Astrolabe. Might have another spell stutter the way he paused there. Just play Spellbomb. I'm going to Spellbomb him. It's almost getting to the point where it's going to be too late at this point. Draw, draw. Let's play Hapless. I'm not going to play the second Hapless. Pass the turn. Yeah, we're dead though. I think this is actually a decent matchup for us though. Him having the spell stutter build is certainly worse, but it's beatable. There's a Crusher. Alright, let's just sack this. Loot. Not good. Let's just loot again. Maybe draw into Ponder or Exhume or something. Counterspell. Pretty sure we're dead because now we just get hit down to 5. And so even if we draw Crusher with haste, we're not going to really be able to race. Might as well try though. Alright, well, we can hit for 9 here. Dispel main, yeah, brutal. That was a good game though. That deck is just so good. Definitely want our Dispels. Definitely want Duresses. I think that's all we want. We'll take out Tolarian Winds. Maybe cut 2 Hapless and a Ponder. I could leave in the Tolarian Winds, but I just don't think I can really have the card disadvantage against them. Let's try it like this. Alright, game 2 against Jeskai Snow. I'm actually going to keep this hand. We have Astrolabe to fix our mana, then we have a bunch of disruption in these Duresses, and we can cast this Preordain off the Astrolabe. So I'm going to keep. I actually like this hand. Gotta find Crusher in a discard outlet, but nice. Snow Covered Island's a great draw. Probably just going to lead on Duress. Duress. See what we're up against here. Double Red Blast. Jesus. And he has the Spell Stutter as well. That's brutal. And Counterspell. She's got so many counters. This Spell Stutter is really the most brutal. Trying to think like our line and what's best to take. Probably not going to be taking. Maybe I do just take Red Blast because it's the most efficient. Counterspell, he's pretty far off casting. Maybe just take Red Blast, play Island, Duress the other Red Blast. I think I like that. I'm just going to get both his Red Blasts now. And then try to resolve some of these blue cards. Cycle Ash Barrens. Snow-covered Island. Yep. So he's got 5 cards in hand. Okay, that's his hand. Pass the turn. Play Snow-covered Island, pass. Alright, let's lead on Astrolabe. We don't really care if this gets spell stuttered, then we can just resolve our Preordain if it does. I feel like he's gonna bite. No, he doesn't. If he wants to spell stutter Preordain, I mean, I guess. Okay, he does. Now, do I play Bog? I think I do. Just get the tap land into play. Maybe taking those Pyroblast was just straight wrong. It's hard to say. Is there anything we can muddle for? Not really. I'd rather just have the counterspell, I think. Just going to play land and pass. This is his hand, so he's not really doing anything. Preordain. Just going to muddle that. I don't want him to get out of this mana screw. If we can just keep him down a little bit and then find our combo, that'll be good for us. Just going to get Hapless down. Pass the turn. Now we just need to find Crusher and we should be okay. Okay, he has Counterspell up. That doesn't really bother me too much. Crusher. Spellbomb. Alright, let's Spellbomb. I think I'm just going to use it now. Draw a card. There's Preordain. I'll cast it. Okay, and there's the Crusher. Bottom the Careful Study, top the Crusher, attack for 1, and pass the turn. No reason to sack Hapless yet, because we're going to go for the Exhume next turn with this spell up. So no reason to cue him in on our plan. Again, we're looking good here, though. Draw. Sack. Counterspell is great. That was literally perfect. Now we have Counterspell plus Dispel up. That should be enough. Counterspell, we'll Dispel that. Then put Crusher into play. And pass the turn with Counterspell up. I mean, our opponent's hand wasn't that bad. He had the double Pyroblast, but we had the double Duress. Or, excuse me, he's playing Red Blast. Red Blast is the bad version, right? It just counters. You can't target non-blue things with this, which once in a long while can be relevant. I just think Pyroblast is just. I just like having Pyroblast in my deck more. Okay. Annihilator trigger, please. Nice. And he's got to sack Sprite land, and then we have Counterspell up for any play, and then he has to sack 2 more lands. Yeah, he never found Astrolabe, which is huge for that deck. I'm just going to attack. I'm not going to make any actions. Just force him to sack both lands. Spell Stutter Sprite. I'm just going to counter it. I don't see why not. Can't pump for lethal, so just hit him. Cast Preordain. Bottom. I'll top the Muddle. F6. Alright, let's go to game 3. Yeah, again, the spell stutters are so annoying. They're creatures, we can't duress them. I was thinking maybe one Hapless over a Ponder since he's been kind of aggressively countering our discard outlets. Or maybe we want the Tolarian Winds back. I think it's just too risky though. Maybe we don't need both spell bombs. His creatures aren't really going to the graveyard that much. Spellbomb has seemed pretty bad. Let's go like this. All right, this hand. I mean, I'm just gonna keep this hand. We just have a bunch of library manipulation, Ponder, Preordain, Careful Study, Hapless, and good mana. So I like it. Duress. Wow, that's a neat one. It's a good draw for this hand as well, since we're a little bit slower. I think I just either get Hapless down, but I don't really want it just to get bolted. I might have even sided out his bolts. Since we have good mana, I'm just going to lead on Hapless. It's kind of annoying because if he kills this and then later counters the Careful Study, that's bad for us. But otherwise, I think this is fine. Maybe leading Astrolabe was better there. That's kind of a tough call for me. His deck is just going to be full of counterspells now. He's like probably deciding, do I cast Ponder or do I try to leave up some type of counterspell or at least bluff it so I don't get crushered ASAP. Yeah, he's like, I gotta go for this. Snow-covered island, play Relic. Oh man. That is bad news for us. But we do have the Hapless in play. We can potentially come back. Just gonna play Astrolabe, Dismal, pass. Could have played Snow-covered island there, but I think this is fine. Just get a tap land into play. Man, Relic is so good against us, and they almost always only have one Relic if they have Trinket Mage. I've never seen more than one Relic. So that's pretty unfortunate. There's the Astrolabe for him. Now he's probably leaving up Counterspell. Okay, there's Exhume. So now basically the play is we have to find 2 Crushers, and then we put 1 Crusher into the graveyard, and then we cast Exhume, and then he'll pop Relic, and then we also, after Relic resolves, then we crack Hapless, put another Crusher into the graveyard, and bring it back. And we have to do that all while playing around his counterspells. So this is going to be rough. Let's just lead on Duress you. I feel like I might get spell stuttered. Lightning Bolt Hapless. Alright, we'll have to sack it. And there's the Crusher. Okay. We can at least just force him to use Relic now. Red Blast, Counterspell, Ephem. His hand is awful here. So if we just take Counterspell, then he just has Red Blast basically, and Ephemerate if he draws a good creature with it. I'm really leaning towards taking Counterspell, because then I just can play Snow Covered Island, cast Exhume, then he pops Relic, and then we just try to Exhume again. I think that's the line we take to try to win. So that's what I'm going to go for. It's unfortunate that he gets this Exhume. He 2-for-1s us here by basically getting a Crusher out of our graveyard and dealing with this Exhume. So casting that Bolt on the Hapless was definitely correct there for him. But we still have a lot of library manipulation left. So we can find another Crusher, put it into the graveyard, and then find another Exhume with all this. Another Duress. Interesting. Just going to lead on that. Red Blast. He chose not to play Skyfisher to leave up Red Blast. That's interesting. See, usually I would lead on... I'm going to take a Red Blast, I think. Could take Ephemerate. No, I'm going to take Red Blast. Usually I would lead on Preordain, but I think that's just going to get Snap Red Blasted. So I'm going to lead on Ponder. And then if he decides to Red Blast that, then I can Preordain. Exactly. So that's his hand. Preordain. Bottom. I'm going to play another land. Pass the turn. Could have played Island Careful Study there, I suppose. Now he gets to core Skyfisher, bounce Astrolabe, replay Astrolabe, and Ephemerate if he wants. I guess there's no rush to Ephemerate. And another Astrolabe, okay. So his hand's double Ephemerate, blank. Let's lead on Careful Study. Just missed hard. Ponder. Okay, there's Exhume. I think we want all this. Let's see. Can't just wait too long on any of this stuff. Let's play Astrolabe first. We're not going to get ideal use out of this Ponder, but there's nothing we can do about it. I think we need to cast it now and top this Exhume, just bottom this island. Pass the turn. Now we're basically looking for Crusher plus discard outlet that we need to try to resolve somehow. He can attack and he could even double Ephemerate. Yeah, he's just going to draw cards. But he might draw into crap. He passes the turn, we draw land. I'll pass. I'll let this second Ephemerate resolve. But if he casts the other one, I'll probably dispel it. Oh, he chose not to cast to get in for 2 damage? That seems wrong to me. Muldrifter, evoke, and then I can hopefully counter this Ephemerate, unless he has a Counterspell backup. But yeah, I'm going to try to counter this. This could cost him the game here. Nice, we got there. Preordain with that art. I don't like that art really. I like this art. Let's go Astrolabe. Still not looking good at this point. Okay, there's Crusher. Alright, let's pass the turn. Now we need to resolve a discard outlet and then resolve this Exhume. Not looking great. Our opponent successfully held us down with that Relic. I mean, this deck's really good for a reason. Okay. Does he have it? Yes. He probably has 4 Red Blasts as well. We're still at 16. He's only got a Skyfisher as pressure. So let's see. Chancery. Okay. Counterspell. I'm going to play land at this point. Okay. This is just a hard cast Muddle Drifter. I'm just going to counter that. Can't just allow him to just do whatever he wants. He may have a Spell Stutter Sprite in hand. Let's see. If he does, he's going to counter this. Yep. This was a good match, nonetheless. It looks like we're going to lose, but because now we can just start sacking Astrolabes and lands, and there's nothing we can really do. We're just going to lose the race. All right, I'll play a land. 4, 5, 6. We're 2 mana away. We're just dead here. I'll just give our opponent the GGs and scoop it up. Good game, and we're 1-1. I'll see you in round 3. Everyone, welcome back to Snap Bolt. Round 3, we're 1-1 with Blue-Black Reanimator. And we have a pretty sick draw, it looks like. We have a almost guaranteed turn 3 Reanimate. And if we draw... excuse me. Got something in my throat. If we draw an untapped Black Source, we'll have a T2 Crusher with haste. We're definitely going to keep this. And Marauder with 69 cards in library. Passing the turn to main 2. That was close, Ella. I guess he almost F6. Thank God you had a stop. I had no stops. Interesting. No idea what's going on over there. Just gonna have some fun here. Let's just lead on Careful Study. If we draw Swamp, it's insane. If not, we're fine. Our opponent looks to be Blue-Black control. Our opponent says, uh-oh. Let's see. He said, I've never played against this deck before, but I can see what it does. Yeah, you think? I guess we just go... I guess I was going to say Astrolabe into Preordain. We're not really looking for anything, and I wouldn't want this Astrolabe to get bounced and then countered, but I'm just going to go Astrolabe plus Backwater, actually. That way we can guaranteed Exhume next turn. Yeah, okay. Now I'm just going to Crusher with haste, and hopefully that'll do it. The only way it won't is if he has instant speed removal for it, but he said, okay, you can do it now. Wow, Crypt Incursion. That's brutal. He doesn't get our Dragon Breath, but that was, yeah, still pretty shitty for us. Just bottom both of these. Pass the turn. Our opponent doesn't have another land. Interesting. It's Preordain. There's the other Crusher. Okay. Let's see. Bottom this island. Don't want to misclick. Top the Crusher. And then go Careful Study. Discard. Crusher, Dragon Breath, I think. And then I'm just going to pass the turn. I'd rather just leave up Muddle. Think twice. Yeah, I'm going to let that resolve for sure. I'd rather go Exhume with Muddle up. Mystic Sanctuary. It looks like we're just up against Blue-Black control, no win con. But I think we should have it here. Oh, especially with another Muddle, that's great. Because now we can protect this Exhume, and he has to sack. He's gonna have to sack 2 lands, so it's gonna be rough for him to get out of it. Opponent is very vocal over there. I'm going to just put one of these on. No. No on the second one I said, and attack for 8. No pump. Our opponent at 27. Think twice is fine. He's probably going to sack these 2 lands. And then I just counter whatever edict effect he's going to try to play here. If he has one. Yep. That's why Muddle is so good in this deck. Finds the Exhume, and it counters a lot of spells that deal with your combo. GG. Let's go game 2. Definitely want Dispels and Duress. In a way, I kind of want Echoing Truth. I think like I should probably bring this card in more when I'm expecting Relic, just to be able to like Echoing Truth the Relic then go off. But that seems pretty tough as well. I think I'm just going to bring in these 4 cards. Going to leave in all the Haplesses in this matchup. And with him having like the 69 card library, I feel like he's the creatureless version. Might just side out these spell bombs. And a Ponder, I guess. I want all the Dragon Breaths in this matchup too, because against like sorcery, I need to set out 2 Ponders. Against sorcery speed edict effects, having haste is so important. So I'm gonna try it like this. Okay, game 2. Our opponent even talking about his 69 card special. This deck's actually not too bad. There's a lot of playable cards in blue and black. So you basically just play a little bit more lands, you play 69 cards, you don't really play any way to win the game, and you just control the game, and then you just let them draw their deck before you. But blue-black control is actually kind of a rough matchup for us. That being said, this hand's actually a mulligan. If this was like a snow-covered island, I would consider keeping, because then we can just go like Astrolabe into looting effects. We have double Counterspell to protect the combo. But this being a land that can't even cast Astrolabe or Careful Study or Hapless, like we go Bog and then we just can't do anything. Wow, our opponent's talking so much. He said, one sec, gotta look up a typical list to see if I mull. I hate to break it to you, but I don't think there is a blue-black Reanimator typical list. So good luck looking that up, but you gotta use your real magic skills and just see what we got. This is a good time to talk about, some people just like go too hard on sideboarding guides. They don't really pay attention to like all the cards their opponents are playing. Just look at the cards they played and then make sideboarding decisions based on that. Yeah, sometimes sideboarding is hard and you're not exactly sure what to cut or what to bring in. But at the same time, if you just only strictly go by sideboarding guide, you're not really thinking for yourself, and I don't think it's good. But we're going to mull this hand. And I'll keep this one. Probably just going to put an island on bottom. As rough as that is. We want another island, but we want all 4 of these cards too, and we're likely just to naturally draw another island at some point. So I'm going to put an island on bottom. That way we have both of our colors as well. Island pass. Interesting. Oh, our opponent did mulligan as well. I thought he kept, but it looks like no. Okay, let's lead on Preordain. Bog, Muddle. I think bottom both of these. Could have topped the Muddle, but I just want, surprisingly, another island. I guess I could have bottomed like a Ponder, but it just seems worse to me. Aqueduct. I mean, it draws a card basically. It's not bad. Alright, let's Ponder. No lands. But we found Exhume. I think just because no lands, I think this is a mull. Because we can just muddle for Exhume. You can't counter that. I'd rather just hit lands. The Astrolabe was tempting too, but okay, there's Exhume. It's Preordain, try to hit island. Careful study Astrolabe. Jesus, it's bad. Let's go bottom top. Play Astrolabe. He's probably just gonna think twice. Okay, there's Crusher. Okay, we're looking good now. We do need to draw up to 4 lands to be able to put a Crusher into play with Counterspell backup. Because we don't have Crusher with haste, so we do need to find lands. Oh wow, is our opponent looking for lands too? Alright, let's ponder. Lands? Come on. There's a land, okay. Now I just am gonna jam Hapless. I don't think he's gonna counter it. Also in the last match when I like tanked for a long time then played Hapless, that showed that I was a little bit more reliant on Hapless and I was worried about playing it instead of just jamming it. Another think twice. Okay, now would be a good time for a bog, I guess. Could have just cracked Hapless main phase, but I don't want to get bogged myself. Gonna just untap and then crack Hapless. Try to draw a 4th land. Okay, we do. So I'm gonna crack. Draw a discard, Crusher, land, Exhume. We may not get there on the first Exhume, but hopefully the second will be good enough. Put a Crusher into play and pass. Probably instant speed kill our Crusher, and then I'll counter it. Oh, he's just flashing back, I think, twice. Perfect. Oh, this is Grixis. Now this is looking good, because he has to tap mana to try to kill this. And then we get to just counter it. I think Muddle is actually more valuable than Counterspell here, because it can find more Exhumes. He has like negate, oh, prohibit, sure. So now we sack Crusher and then we just do this all again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ah, there's Bog. Brutal. Alright. I guess I'm muddling now. It's not great though. I guess I still have to do it. Transmute, I have to take Tolarian Winds and pass. This is just a rough matchup for us. We can just bog his graveyard though. Get rid of that Chainer's Edict at least. If we draw bog. There's Hapless. Alright, I'll just jam. Pass the turn. Flashback, think twice. Flashback the other thing twice. And we're probably dead now. Oh, I just let that mystical resolve too quick. Any mystical for mystical? Sure. Could Tolarian Winds and hope he counters it, but I don't like that play. It's just attack for 1. Pass the turn. Leave up double counterspell. This will probably be flashback teachings. Oh, just cast teachings. I'm just going to let it resolve. Get another teachings. I mean, I don't think this is that good, just putting a bunch of teachings in the graveyard. Island, I'm going to cast it, or play it, excuse me. Just going to flashback Teachings now, or cast another Teachings? Just cast another Teachings for Teachings, that's fine. Might just get Counterspell here. Negate, yep. Once he starts flashing back all these Teachings, it's just going to be too late. It's careful study. Okay. Now do we wait one more turn to play around double Counterspell? It's pretty interesting. I think the answer to that is no. Just gonna Exhume now. And then he's gonna negate, and we'll counter back and see what happens. I guess I'll just Counterspell. One, two, three, four, five, six. Oh yes, Pyroblast. Yeah. So he's just blue-black control with red blast, probably. If he has another bog, it's just absolutely horrible for us. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I can flashback Teachings. That's going to be really bad for us. Any Teachings for Teachings again? Now cast Teachings now. Okay. Think twice. Teachings for Think Twice. Sure, that's so slow. I mean, it's probably gonna work though. I'll lead on Preordain. Maybe I top Hapless to play around more Edict effects, because that might be some of his only ways to answer it. Seems bad, but I'm going to do it. Attack for 1, play another Hapless, and then transmute Muddle for Exhume. Pass the turn. Yeah, blue-black control can just be kind of a rough matchup for this deck. He only has 2 blue sources in play as well. Very interesting. Plays Dimir Aqueduct, returning Bog. Okay, so this is our shot. It may work, but I doubt it. Let's go for it. I feel like he's going to counter, and then we have to hope he doesn't have a second red blast, which I feel like he's likely to not have. Oh, he's got the exile all creature cards. Alright, well, gotta counter that. It's got the red blast. Okay, so now this is what I do. I go, let that resolve, let this resolve, but then don't let Exhume resolve, and then hope Crusher is in my top 2 cards. It's not. Okay. Put back a Hapless. Cast Careful Study. Discard these and pass the turn. I mean, his deck is functioning perfectly and we're still in this game. Oh, he's got another Bog. And I guess he can't really bog right now. Alright, let's play Astrolabe. Gotta find another Crusher here. Guess there's no real reason to... I guess I didn't even need to Duress yet either. Innocent Blood, Dispel, Devour Flesh. I guess I just take one of these edicts. Pass the turn. So he can bog us now if he wants. He has another Aqueduct. Oh, he can also just flashback Teachings for Counterspell. Alright, let's just go to the next one. He sufficiently controlled the game there. Okay, maybe I do want Spellbomb. He has a lot of things that work with the graveyard. I think it's enough value that we'll be able to get just like nab something. We don't want anything else. I don't think we want Hydroblast for Pyroblast. I'm going to take out Tolarian Winds. Just doesn't seem that great. And our last cut could be one Astrolabe. I guess it could be Dragon Breath. Again, I said we really want the haste. This is tough. One Astrolabe or another Ponder gone. I guess Ponder. Let's try it like this. Try to play first, yes. We need a discard outlet and we need a Crusher. But I'm going to keep. We have good mana, we have double Exhume, we have Dragon Breath. He mulligans to 6. We have a lot of stuff. The Crypt Incursion is pretty brutal because he can tutor for that with Mystical, but I mean that's pretty slow. Land, Ponder. Okay, this is perfect. I'll draw the... Which one do I want more? I'll draw the Preordain first, because if he somehow has Duress, I'd rather the Preordain get Duressed. If anything, I need this careful study to discard this Dragon Breath. I can Preordain bottom that island that's third from the top. Preordain. Bottom. This is actually interesting because this protects the combo. But we just need to find Crusher ASAP, I think. Nice. Another Preordain is great. Hapless does play around Edict as well. Let's bottom the Spellbomb. And top the Hapless. I think it's worth it to play around. He's shown Devour Flesh and Innocent Blood and Chainer's Edict. So he has a lot of Edict effects still in his deck. So Hapless just straight up essentially counters one of those. He's just evolving Wilds now. Cast Witching Well. He's just going deep. I don't think Witching Well is good in a deck like that. I think it's just a lot worse than like Ponder or something. Preordain, I mean, Ponder's not great in that deck because you'd rather just play Brainstorm. And you went top. Okay. Counterspell. Really tempted to careful study here. Just to try to find more gas and get the combo going. I'm going to go for it. Crusher? Nope. Discard Dragon Breath. Could even just discard Counterspell here, but don't really like that. I think I just discard Hapless. Play Hapless. Pass the turn. Gonna plan on like not cracking this Hapless if I can help it. If he kills it or plays an Edict now, I will obviously just crack. But yeah, man, it sucks losing to this type of deck. But we haven't lost yet. We can definitely still win. Play Swamp, okay. Passes the turn. Island, brutal. I think I have to go Careful Study. Okay. I think I need to discard Crusher Preordain actually, and then leave up Counterspell. If he goes for the Crypt Incursion here, I just need to counter it. He doesn't play anything. Interesting. Now I'm feeling good. Finding that Crusher eventually was huge there. Oh no. He's got the Bog. Could have played around that, but then I couldn't play around Edict as well. Okay. That is just brutal. Just got to keep passing, I think. I think we're probably going to lose at this point. He's just gotten too much time. Astrolabe. Spellbomb. Is he going to counter this? Cycle Ash Barrens, okay. Deprive the Spellbomb, he really cares that much. Oh, he also just gets to return Bog. Yeah, sure. Obviously he's not going to play Bog right now. There's Muddle. Just going to keep that in hand. Keep the island in hand too. We have Muddle plus Counterspell up at least. Think twice, sure. Innocent Blood. Just gonna sack Hapless now. Okay, well, if we can jam a couple Exhumes. And I think we sided out the Tolarian Winds, so we cannot muddle for Exhume. I mean, muddle for Tolarian Winds. Not that that really does anything right here. Just pass. Think twice, okay. Yeah, we're dead. Feels bad. And this is a pretty rough matchup, but could have potentially mulliganed one of the hands in games 2 or 3, not sure. Just gonna bottom these. Play Hapless. I'm sure he has more Edict effects though. Crack Witching Well? Sure. Got full value out of that well. Another well? Sure. It's literally just playing that for value. top. Think twice now, okay. Duress. I think I just counter it. I guess if he counters back, that's bad. Sure. You can take Muddle or Counterspell or Dispel. We know one of his cards in hand is Bog. He took one of the Exhumes. Interesting. Yeah, I'm just going to counterspell this. Another Muddle. It's interesting. Let's keep fighting. Gotta find Crusher. Radiant Fountain slows down the beats. We know one of his cards in hand is Bog. Does he just have a bunch of lands in hand? Backwater, I'll play it. We want to be able to have a bunch of counter spells up after we Exhume. I mean, Muddle basically is just counterspell in this deck against that deck. Counters pretty much anything. He's not cracking Witching Well. That doesn't make sense. Let's go Astrolabe, draw, play land, attack for 1. Just don't see how we're going to win this game. What's in his hand that he's not cracking Witching Well? Just he doesn't want to discard? Black, black. Doesn't want to do anything. He just wants to have a bunch of counter spells up. Okay. So do we. Just keep getting in there. Mystical. Just let it resolve. Mystical for mystical there. Innocent blood. Wonder if I just counter this. Yeah, I'm going to. I'm going to just fight now because we have so many counter spells. We can't use them all. Oh, I should have used actual counterspell, technically, but I don't think it really matters too much. Duress. I think I'll fire off the Duress. Again, we want to be able to go Exhume with double counter up. Red Blast, Hydroblast, Hydroblast. What? You think we're bringing in Hydroblast or something? That doesn't make any sense. I guess I'm just taking Counterspell. It doesn't even have an Edict effect. Do I just take Teachings? No. I'll just take Counterspell. That's weird though. Is he gonna play Teachings here? Yes. I could fight, but I don't really want to. Double Hydroblast. What? Whale of the Nim. I'm gonna counter it. I guess Dispel counters pretty much everything in his deck. Just gonna Counterspell. I'd rather have the cheaper Counterspell up later. There's another Hapless. I'm just gonna play it. Oh, I misclicked. That's kind of unfortunate. So we know 5 out of the 7 cards and 2 of them are dead. Attack. Then play another Hapless. We're going for the Hapless beats here. We're coming in. Devour Flesh. I think now I just let it resolve. I don't want to use my counter to fight over that now. Flashback of Teachings on his turn? Yeah. What is happening? Is he just misclicking like hell over there? I'm not really sure. Meanwhile, we cannot find Crusher. Just gonna keep getting in. Really long matchup. I've wanted to play just like a blue-black win-con-less control for a while. I'm just gonna let it resolve. Teachings for Teachings again. Red Blast, the Hapless Researcher. I don't even know if he has many more edicts. He has a Chainer's Edict, but I'm just going to loot now. Okay, Careful Study, sure. He still has a Bog in hand. When he played his Red Blast. Oh, he's bogging us now? Because he has another Bog? Might even just go for it here. He might only have 1 Dispel up for protection. Alright, let's lead on Astrolabe. Draw deep. Let's just keep doing this. Draw. Careful Study, come on. Where's the Crusher at? Ah. Brutal. We're definitely going to be bogging him. He's probably going to flashback Mystical. But he... Okay, we're definitely discarding Dragon Breath. Maybe just 1 Exhume. Not sure if we're going to have time to just Exhume 3 times. Yeah, let's just discard Exhume. Bog him. Could have waited till next turn to bog, but I think I'd rather get it in play. Now we need a Crusher plus another discard outlet. We only have 20 cards left in the library. 3 mana. Flashback, think twice. That'd be fine. He's got Hydroblasts. He's just going to use that to kill Dragon Breath. It's so weird. Yeah, think twice resolves. But I think he's going to be able to get us here. How many Crushers have we used? 2? Only 1. Yeah, see, 1 Crusher in the top 40 cards is not good. I think I actually just Dispel. I'm just going to muddle it. Aqueduct, return Bog. Yep. That's the reason why I went for the Careful Study there, is because I knew we had like a bunch of Crushers left. Counterspell. He's got Bog in hand. Just bogs us. Why? Because he has another Bog in hand, probably. One, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we can hard cast a Crusher to get it into the graveyard soon. Not even to cast Careful Study. I want every card in my hand. He's at 11, so we can hit for 11 with a Crusher if it has haste. Yeah, return Bog again. He goes to discard. Such a long matchup. Alright, let's Bog him. He's gonna flashback Mystical. Can fight over it. I don't think there's any reason not to. He might still have some fluff left in his deck. I guess we're just gonna have to use all our counterspells on this. I'll just let it resolve. I guess maybe I shouldn't even bothered to bog that. I should have just discarded it to Careful Study. Oh, he got another Teachings. Yeah, I should have countered. Okay. We have 17 cards left. Can we do it? He's got double Hydroblast, so we can... Oh. Now we don't even have lethal. Okay. Duress is reasonable. Actually, no, why would we Duress now? It's just pass. Yep. Mystical for Think Twice. Sure. You got it. It doesn't flash it back. Our opponent just doesn't seem to be playing that well in my opinion, but I'm not sure why, and why is Hydroblast in his deck seems bad to me as well. Okay, there's Crusher. So now we Duress. Red Blast, negate, dispel, dispel. I think he doesn't really have any. Oh, he has Mystical. So that might be enough. So we take negate. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And we cast Careful Study. The problem is he might just try to counter this. Oh, he doesn't. Okay. Oh, maybe we should have just cast Crusher first. Damn. Let's see. I said, oops, what have I done? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Damn, we definitely should have just cast Crusher there. Or next turn. I don't have much time left on the clock either. Okay, just go for Exhume. And then he goes Flashback Teachings. Just let it resolve. And then I just go for another. I just let him counter this Exhume and then play another Exhume because. Oh, Crypt Incursion. I think I can fight over that well enough that it's okay. I think I might be fine. So I just go Dispel. Oh no, he has triple counter back. Damn. Yeah, he got us. Dispel, Dispel, and then Counterspell, but then he can just dispel these. So we still have 2 Crushers left in the deck, so I'm just going to try to hardcast him. We know 2 of the cards in his hand. Gotta not time out. Plays Ash Barrens, it's weird. I'll play Island, sure. Flashback, think twice, okay. Aqueduct, probably bouncing Bog, sure. Backwater, gonna play it. Lagging a bit from this super long game. Both of us are almost out of time. There's Muddle. Okay. Just gonna pass. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I have Hardcast Crusher. He's putting Negate back on top. Okay. Where's the Crusher at? Draw 2 cards. Yeah, you should have done that so long ago. 1, 2. So there's 2 Crushers left and 8 cards. I don't think it's going to be enough for us to get there, but we'll see. Okay, there's one of them. Hardcast Crusher. Pass. Doomblade, counter. And he has counterspell, so he still has a negate, and he has a bog. But we can draw the last Crusher and then Dragon Breath it. That's the line. Okay, this is it. He does have negate in hand, but I don't think there's any reason to not go. Oh no, he has double Hydroblast too. All right, we just pass. 1:17 on the clock. Doomblade, okay. Does he have another bog? Oh, he has negate for this Exhume. I think he successfully ran us out of threats. Pretty sure he has negate in hand, right? Do we have any Exhumes left? No. Epiphany. Negate. GG's, 1 and 2 now after that grueling match, and I'll see you in round 4. Alright, 1 and 2. Blue-Black Reanimator, round 4 here. We're against Zenerval. And let's see if we can finish this out with a 3-2 record. Not with this hand. 0 land. We'll just snap, throw this away. And I'll keep this one. I'll just lead on. Oh, wait, whoa, cancel. I'm going to put Tolarian Winds back. Card actually hasn't been that great in these leagues here. I've had it be pretty good in other ones, but yeah, we're just going to lead on Preordain here. I just got a little ahead of myself. He kept 7, so guess he just has a stop on our upkeep. Alright, Preordain. There's another Counterspell Astrolabe. Don't think we need Astrolabe, but I think Counterspell's fine. We can just play a game of like countering stuff he does, and then later comboing. I'm even just gonna start leaving out counterspells. We against Jeskai Snow. Looks like it. Just gonna play Backwater and pass. Another Ashbarians, probably get another island. Get the plains, sure. Trinket Mage. Don't really want that to happen. Just gonna counter it. Not sure if that's right. Just don't really want him to get Astrolabe and start drawing cards with like Skyfisher and stuff. Now we can go Astrolabe into Careful Study since we have at least one thing to discard. I think I just might discard Bog, Dragon Breath here and play Hapless. I don't hate that. See what our opponent has. Another Trinket Mage, alright, this one's fine. So you can get Relic now. If he does, that's brutal. I think if he does and if he plays it, I'm just going to go on to game 2. I mean, we have a chance to win, but I just... Oh, he gets Astrolabe, okay. And he thought about it. Maybe he was like, should I get Relic? Crusher? Spellbomb is not good, actually. I guess we just play Spellbomb and pass. I wonder if I should have molded this hand. I mean, I guess I was already on 6. Just didn't really function that well here. Just gonna take. If he goes like Skyfisher, I'm just gonna counter it. He doesn't counter back. He could have Spell Stutter Sprite. Let's find out. Doesn't use it there. Just gonna shuffle these. There's Exhume. Still looking for Crusher. Just attack for 1. Plan on spellbombing him. I guess I could just spellbomb him now. In case we draw like a Ponder or something. Another Exhume. I'm not going to cast the Careful Study yet. I could, because I have Hapless as well, to discard Crusher if I find it later. But I think this line is fine. If I don't draw anything next turn, I think I will Careful Study, because I can't just wait indefinitely. He's just going to build up too much. Like if he's already found Counterspell, it's rough for me. Alright. There's a land. Let's just lead on Careful Study. Counterspell, Spellbomb. Man, this is not good. We need to find Crusher. And we need to Exhume with Counterspell up. Still think I just discard these two. Pass. You might naturally draw a 4th land, even if we don't want to. Yep, drew 20 cards or saw 20 cards and haven't seen Crusher. Like I was saying, can be one of the problems with this deck. Get hit for 4, it's fine. He's got 7 cards in hand. Core Skyfisher. Just gonna try to counter it. Not sure if that was right either. Man, I can't even just sack Hapless. I have to just wait. We're definitely going to be dead here though. I'll say it again, I think Astrolabe and Ephemerate both need to get banned. At least Astrolabe by itself. Alright, we can't stop this one. So yeah, we're just dead here. Yeah, I'm just gonna concede. Let's go on to game 2. Just bringing Dispels and Duresses. Maybe I should have some annuls in the sideboard just to bring in against Astrolabe decks and also Affinity. I used to have like even quad annul in this deck in the side, but I kind of moved away from that. Well, Spellbomb's not bad. I'm going to try cutting it. I haven't really tried that before. Maybe I'll cut like 1 Hapless, 1 Ponder, double Spellbomb, and try that. I mean, Spellbomb isn't too bad. Maybe I cut Tolarian Winds, leave in 1 Spellbomb. Yeah, I kind of like cookie cutter cuts like that. Just like cut one of a lot of different cards and your deck still tends to function more similarly. Let's go on the play. Keep this hand. I mean, I don't want to get Relict here, but I don't think there's anything I can really do. I think I'm going to lead on Backwater and then T2 go Duress, Careful Study. Yeah, I like that. He mulligans. Just get Backwater, and that way we can guarantee Duress on T2. Definitely like this line. There's Dragon Breath as well. Okay. Duress. Okay, he's just got a bunch of flyers. So we just need to draw Exhume. But he doesn't have like an Astrolabe or anything to go with. So you can just go Ancient Dead, Skyfisher, return land. That's not that good. He chooses even just not to deploy it. It's fine with me. Exhume. Got it. Nice. Should have this one. Last game, like our deck just doesn't function, and then sometimes it does. We even had Dispel up, so if he had a counterspell, we would have been fine. And I think I'm fine to just run it back. Alright, we're going to be on the draw here. So this is a hand that I think I need to mulligan. I think I just need to do a little bit more than just like dirtle around with these cards. So I'm going to try it. Ugh, gross. All we have is Exhume, Astrolabe, 4 lands. Maybe I mulligan again. Oh man, okay, I gotta keep this one, I think. Put back Bog. Bog Dragon Breath or Bog Bog? If we draw like Blue Source Careful Study, that's how we win, I think. No, I'm just gonna put back Dragon Breath. Alright. I mean, we're on 5. We have a lot of the pieces we need. So, just went with this hand. Do I lead on Bog? No, I'm just going to lead on Duress. Missed. Wow. I think that's going to be game. Spell Stutter is really good against us. Okay. Preordain. He'll Spell Stutter that. Yep. Missing on that Duress felt so bad. Now we can even Spell Stutter like an Exhume. God, it's gonna be like impossible, it feels like. Maybe we'll counter this. Wow, he did. Maybe he has Ephemerate in hand too now. I'm gonna just play this. So now we could technically draw like Careful Study or Hapless and then put a Crusher into play. Plays Evolving Wilds. Okay, so we know he has 2 islands in hand. Hits for 2. Surprised he went for the Spell Stutter on the Astrolabe. Gonna play that as well. Want another blue source in play. But he probably just has counterspells now. Just mulling to 5. Just too much. I still like keeping that 5. That one I'll keep in hand, at least for this turn. Yeah, if he has Ephemerate, I mean, then he can just counter anything we do. Doesn't have too much pressure yet, though. Drifter and then Ephemerate it. Yep. Pretty broken. Alright, I'm willing to pack it in with his 6 cards in hand and drawing 3 more cards next turn. So this is really not going well. We're 1-3. Let's see if we can turn this around in 2-3 this league. Hey everyone. Welcome back to round 5. Let's see if we can not completely embarrass ourselves, and let's see if we can give this deck a little bit of a redemption and just crush this guy here. I'm going to keep this hand. This hand looks good. Just going to lead on to Preordain here. See what we're against in the 1-3 bracket. Another Careful Study is not too bad, because then we can just fire off the first one. That's close though. Are we up against Jeskai again? He just lost the mirror match a bunch. Let's ponder, looking for land. We hit. I guess we have to keep these. Shuffle your library, no. We'd have to draw through the crud. Let's do this and pass the turn. Now we need to find Crusher. Okay. Mono Blue Tron. Should be a good matchup for us, but I mean, this is certainly not over. Do I want to muddle for anything? I don't think so. I'm just going to leave up Counterspell. I hope he doesn't go Evoke Muldrifter. That would be worst case for us. We gotta find Crusher here. Astrolabe. Dragon Breath. And just pass the turn. Ghostly Flicker those two. I don't think I want that to happen. Especially because it's a non-creature spell, I can afford to counter it. Plays Island before Astrolabe, that's just straight wrong. You should, like when you're playing Tron, you should always have just gone tap Island, play Astrolabe. Then if he drew into Tower, he could play Tower, and he still has 2 blue sources up. So there's no reason not to play it that way. Just can't wait forever. Can't even discard this Hapless. Could just discard one of the Exhumes. I'm gonna go for that. Leave up counterspells and stuff. Could just play out my threats, but I feel like he's just gonna play another Ghostly Flicker here. Another Island, okay. Trinket Mage. Just gonna try to counter this. Use Dispel. Does he have Relic? If he does, we got a combo. Expedition map, okay. I'm fine with the way he played it then. Let's just lead on Preordain. Crusher? Nope. Bottom, there's Spellbomb. Spellbomb just really doesn't do anything. Let's play Spellbomb, play Hapless. I'm gonna play Bog. Get rid of that Ghostly Flicker. Pass the turn. I could have waited on Bog, but I also wanted to get another land into play. I felt like it was worth. Now he Trons up. Is he just going to play a Crusher or something? I feel like those decks don't really do that anymore. Just hard cast Maul Drifter, okay. It's good, but potentially beatable. We basically just need to draw into Crusher now. Right here, Crusher. I want to keep Spellbomb up, but again, I can't just wait forever. Oh man. I can't even use this discard outlet either. Alright, let's just draw a card. I just can't, like I said, I can't wait. I can't crack Hapless, so I gotta do something. Okay, well, draw another Spellbomb is decent, I suppose. Just play land, play Spellbomb, pass. Spellbombs have been pretty bad so far. Could consider cutting them, maybe for even like some removal and just playing another Bog. I guess there's a chance I just want to play like... I could play one Spellbomb. Opponent has infinite mana. Not feeling great about my chances here. I think I'll just draw now. Okay, there's Crusher. Do we draw into another land or another counterspell? Preordain. Guess lead on that. Bottom these. Not confident this is going to resolve, but have to do it. Exhume. I guess I do fight over... I was originally going to say maybe I don't fight over this, but I definitely do, because... Prohibit. Here's the reason why, because next turn I can go like Preordain into Ponder, into Exhume. Oh, Mystical Teachings, yeah. I mean, I think that's just it. I think we're dead, because, again, even at this point, even if we put Crusher into play, it's not going to do anything. This is like, what? Turn 7 for him? It's just way too late. We just couldn't find Crusher in mostly the top half of our deck. which is this deck's weakness. Ghostly Flicker. Why is he getting that? Does he not have like a counterspell? Is he just like all in on combos? Yes. No. Does he have like a snap? No. Interesting. I'm not sure why he didn't just mystical for a counterspell. Does he really not have another counterspell that counters Exhume? So now he gets to Ghostly Flicker either Muldrifter Trinket Mage or Muldrifter Prism. Yeah. So he draws 3. Taps 3 mana. Cycles Ash Barrens. Gets Island. Just interesting. Another island. Okay. I'd be like shocked if we're not dead. Does this deck just like not have very many counterspells in it? Mnemonic Wall, Get Back, Ghostly Flicker. Alright. So you're just going to keep drawing cards. He can't go infinite yet. I mean, I guess he can go near an infinite here, just draw 1,000,000. We have a chance to put another Crusher into play with haste next turn. We have to Preordain, find Crusher, find another discard outlet, and do it all. So if we Preordain into like a Careful Study is our best chance to do something like that. Another Ghostly Flicker. Yep. Same one. This is why we should keep those Nihils around, but I mean, if we didn't crack it, we wouldn't have drawn into this stuff and we would just die to these 2/2s, so... Still don't hate our line. Evoke Muldrifter. Okay. Weird. I mean, he just has so many permanents in play. Discard some islands. Into plains. Let's go Preordain. Right, there's Crusher. I guess we need to draw it. 4, 5, 6. Bottom, top. Play land. Attack for up to 9. Tron usually, especially like slower Tron decks like this, are usually a pretty good matchup for this deck. But again, sometimes this deck just dies to itself, as we've been seeing in this league. Now the problem is he just gets to Ghostly Flicker like 1,000,000 times, draw his whole deck, and then he'll kill us. I'm just going to F6 though, see what he does. Compulsive Research. I've seen crazier things happen. Maybe his last Stonehorn Dignitary. Oh, he discards it? Does he have another one? If you just played Stonehorn, we literally just lose to Mnemonic Wall, Stonehorn, Ghostly Flicker. So I'm pretty sure we're dead. Seagate. Why didn't he just play Stonehorn? Don't understand. Now he's going to play Stonehorn. I guess I don't concede yet because he still has to kill us. But he has 20 cards left and he can just attack with Muldrifter. Alright, he has the lock here. I guess we could have drawn into a counterspell, but yeah, we weren't. We weren't going to do that. Alright. Definitely want Dispels and Duresses, like usual. And maybe even Echoing Truth. It could possibly break up the combo. Bounces like Astrolabe. No, it's just so bad. Let's just side out like Hapless, Tolarian Winds, Ponder. Let's try it like that. Come on, we got to get this 2-3 here. At least we got to win these next two. Alright, T2 Crusher, let's go. Snap Keep. He Snap Mold. We have T1 Hapless. T2 Sack Hapless. Cast Exhume. Don't think there's many things from his side that mess us up here. This should be going to game 3. Is my guess. Sack, discard. We even have Dispel. Definitely just gonna run out the Exhume though. Go ahead. T2 Crusher. Okay, got there. Let's go game 3. Just gonna run it back. Alright. Don't think this 7 is good enough to keep. And I'm going to explain why. We have a Hapless, yeah, we can sack it. We have a Duress, we have some protection, we even have Careful Study. But we don't have a lot of the pieces we need. We don't have Exhume, we don't have Crusher, we don't have Dragon Breath. He keeps 7, but we're going to maul. This certainly looks better. Just bottom a Spellbomb. Try to execute our combo. He goes Tower Go. Sure. I think I'm just going to run out an Astrolabe. Wait on the Careful Studies. I could just leave up Counterspell next turn too. Oh. Cycle? Sure. So he's probably going to play Island and then he's going to play like Astrolabe. Oh no, he just passes. Okay, well, I'm probably just going to play Island Pass. Nah, I'm not going to be scared. I'm going to Preordain. We got to find our stuff. Another Preordain and another Exhume. Don't think I want another Exhume, but I will take another Preordain and go Island Preordain. There's Crusher and Hapless. Don't think we need Hapless, but we need Crusher. Okay. We're probably going to want to wait till T4 to Exhume here. Compulsive Research. Unless we draw specifically into untapped land plus Dragon Breath on like our draw step plus Careful Study, then we're going to want to wait one more turn. Wow, that's really good actually. So this is interesting. No, I'm definitely going to want to cast another Careful Study here. So I'm just going to discard Crusher, Muddle, and then go another Careful Study. It's interesting. I actually want both of these lands kind of. I guess I could discard Backwater, Exhume, and then go I could just discard Exhume, Preordain, and then play Backwater, And then next turn we have Exhume with Counterspell up. But we don't have double Exhume then. Still think it's worth. Just going to take this line. He has to have double Counterspell to stop us now. And I think if we get Crusher into play, that's going to be good enough. Okay. Wow. What? Does he not have an... Okay, he does. So he can Tron next turn. But now we can just go... This is like perfect for us because we just cast Exhume. We discarded double Ghostly Flicker off that Convulsive. We put Crusher into play, but we have Counterspell up. And then if we counter one thing, then we can untap and have another Counterspell up. So we're looking to be in a really, really good spot here. Not that he can't fight through it, but again, we're looking good. If he just like cracks map, casts Muldrifter, do I counter it? I think so. Because then he's probably just not doing anything else of relevance this turn. And then I have another Counterspell up for his next play. So let's hope he just tries to cast a Muldrifter here. This deck is actually pretty fun to play, but I don't think it's that strong right now. Just seems worse than Jeskai Flicker. I mean, Ephemerate is 1 mana, Ghostly Flicker is 3. 3 mana. Using blue, though. Ghostly Flicker, those two. So if I just counter that, then he's locked out of colored mana for this turn. And then he has to sack 2 things to Crusher, so I definitely like countering that. Land. Just going to play Hapless. Hit for 9. Oh no, I can't hit for 9. I don't have a Dragon Breath. Well, hit for 8. I was going to pump. I was just going to be like tap Island, add red, pump, but definitely can't do that. Okay, wow. So we got his Tron and one of his islands. So he probably has another tower back. He does. We have Counterspell. Horror. Yeah, gotta counter that. We're looking good. Next turn we'll attack for 9, attack with both, and then we're gonna sack Hapless, because then we could draw into Ponders or Preordains, and then find another Counterspell that way. Where if we wait on this, we might just draw into Ponder on his turn, and then not be able to find more counters. Definitely not out of this yet. Gotta find one more Counterspell. Oh no, so now we attack first. Just like I was saying. Attack for 9. Okay. And then let's sack Hapless. Draw, discard. Preordain. And there's Muddle. That should do it. Pass the turn. We can't counter like a Muldrifter or something. But then he's still going to have to sack 2 other things and chump. So, I mean, it's looking like we're going to be able to 2-3 this league. Pretty unexciting. We lost all the matches we lost 1-2. Some of them weren't that close, admittedly, but I feel like this was another not so great showing. I generally 3-2 or 4-1 with this deck. I'm going to have to record with it again at some point. I just love playing it, but hope you guys like watching it. And I really want to show you guys like some of the more broken stuff. Like we were able to go T2 Crusher here, and you know, we have some resiliency in this draw, and I think this deck is pretty decent. Maybe if I keep playing it, it'll catch on more. Maybe some other people have some more like what's the word I'm looking for? Kind of like ingenuity. Like they have some more like ways to tune it. Mnemonic Wall, we let that resolve, and then he gets back Ghostly Flicker, and then we just counter the Ghostly Flicker, and then he has to sack 2 things and chump with Wall. Oh, he's probably going to block with wall and then try to flicker it. But we will muddle that. Oh no, he's just going to try to flicker now. Yeah, we got the muddle. Reanimate Crusher into triple Counterspell. He's trying to add blue. There you go. Ghostly Flicker. Oh, those two things? I'm still gonna just counter it. No reason to let him untap at all. He has to chump and sack two things. And he concedes. So again, just the 2/3. Pretty bad record overall, but let's see. Can I view the deck there? Oh yeah, here we go. Here's the deck. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching Snapbolt. If you enjoyed it, please subscribe. Until next time.